Hi Flosstube, I'm Annie and I'm the Proper Stitcher, and welcome to episode number 64. If this is your first time joining me, welcome. I'm so glad you stopped by today. This is a channel where I like to talk about cross stitch and quilting and hopefully give you inspiration to fully finish your projects. And if you're returning, thank you so much for your continued support. I appreciate each and every one of you. I hope you all have had a great week. It has been a very busy week for me. The week's gone by fast. I feel like I just recorded a Flosstube. Actually, I don't even know if this is Flosstube 64. I was thinking maybe it was 65. Still struggling with that counting thing, but it is episode 64. But it has been a busy week. I know I recorded on Friday last week, so I really lost a day. My usual day is Thursday, so I feel like I lost one day in there, but we have been busy getting Gray ready to go to college. We leave tomorrow morning to drive to Michigan, and our foyer and living room is just full of stuff for her to take and to pack our cars with. So it is going to be a busy night for us. It's about 5:40 in the evening. I finally finished her quilt about an hour ago, and so I was waiting to finish the quilt, not only because I wanted to share it with you all on Flosstube, but I wanted to make sure that I had that done before I recorded a Flosstube. So I have that to share with you today, but it's been busy with getting her ready to go off to school. She is so excited. I have told her about all the wonderful well wishes that you all have sent her way, my husband's way, my son's way, everybody's way, because it's going to be an adjustment for our whole family. But I've told her all about that. She's excited to meet people. She's excited to get settled. She is so happy with the choice that she's made, and she just can't wait to get up there and start this next adventure. So this weekend I know will be bittersweet. I know it'll be hard for all of us, but I also know it'll be very exciting. And it makes my heart happy knowing that she's excited and that she's going to a small community that will nurture her and help her grow. So I'm just really excited for her, and I can't wait to see what it's going to look like this weekend when we get there. My son started school on Wednesday. He is a junior this year. His name is Tristan. So it's been a busy week for him. I feel so sorry for him because he just jumps right back into full school days and cross-country practice right after school. He comes home, showers, eats, does his homework, goes to bed, does it all over again the next day. So it's been fun getting back into that routine. Even though he won't admit it, I think he appreciates the routine a little bit more than he's willing to admit. We all like a routine, and I guess Matt and I are going to appreciate that routine too. So we'll figure out what our new normal is when we get back next week from taking Gray to school. I'm curious to see what that will look like. She said goodbye to the puppies today, which was so hard because Bella is her girl. She and Bella have just such a special relationship, and they said goodbye today, and she's just worried Bella's going to think that she neglected her and left her. So, you know, she acts like she won't be home forever, but she'll be home in a couple of months. And so, but it was hard. It was hard to see her tell her goodbye, but Bella will be fine. Bella's loved by all of us. So I told Gray not to worry. And so, but she still had to tell me exactly how to rub her head, how to scratch her back. And she likes it when you do this, Mom. You have to do it just like this. And so that was funny. But I listened, and I will take good care of Bella for her. So Stitch Etc. opened their store this week on Tuesday, and I wish I could have been there, but it sounds like they had a great day. And it sounds like they're having an even better week. It's just been so exciting to hear all the wonderful stories and all the excitement that people are having about a new store opening up. So if you have not heard, Stitch Etc. is owned by Kim Gavlik. Her daughter Ashley Day helps her as well. And they opened a brick and mortar store in Farmington, Missouri. I will link their shop address below. And it is an adorable store. It's beautiful. Kim and Ashley have done so much work to get it ready for everybody. I know she's still ordering things, and with Expo coming up, she's anticipating more shipments of things coming in. I can't imagine the amount of inventory you need to start up a store. I guess when we go into these existing cross stitch stores, we forget that they've been there for years, and when a store is new and they just open their doors, they're starting from scratch. They had nothing, and so all the orders are coming in. She's having fun ordering everything. She's having fun placing them out in the store, and it will just continue to grow and continue to be a wonderful place. So if you're in the area, they are about an hour south of St. Louis. So I know that she's open Tuesdays through Saturdays, 10 to 5. So I'll link all of their information below. You can call them if you have questions, or visit their Facebook page, where they also have some additional information. And then I'm going to be at, for a meet and greet in Johnson City at Cross Stitch and Crafts on August 27th. So if you're in the area for that, I will be there from 11 to 5 on Saturday, August 27th, with Amy and Sandra. And they are so excited to have everybody come to their store. I'm getting some little goodies together to bring with me, and I'm just looking forward to bringing some stitching and hopefully getting to meet several people who come through the door and shop. So that will be so much fun, and I will link their information below as well. So like I said, I finished Gray's quilt. Oh, and I changed my bookshelves up. It was one of those things where you pull a thread and you keep pulling it, and then before you know it, everything is a mess. Well, I went to take something off my shelf that was 4th of July themed. I thought, oh, I'm gonna swap this out with something else. And it turned into, well, now I'm going to pull this off my shelf and I'm going to put something else there. And so I redid all of my shelves, and it was so much fun. I've put up some of my antique samplers. I have put up more antique samplers over here. I've just had fun changing it all out and put some in the case behind me. I'll try to get some photos today and add them to the beginning of the video. If I don't, then I'll do that next week for sure. But that was fun to change out. I did put some photos on Instagram and on Facebook. So if you haven't done so already, I do have an Instagram page and a Facebook page. Both are called The Proper Stitcher. So head over there if you also want to follow me there. So let's go into my whips. I did not stitch a lot this week because between running errands and shopping and working on Gray's quilt, I did not have a lot of cross stitch time, but the weather was so nice in the mornings and in the evening, I was able to stitch a little bit outside on the back porch. So let me show you a little bit of what I worked on this week. So let me take a little sip of coffee. So I worked on a JBW Designs Christmas pattern. I started Christmas Bells by JBW Designs, and I love this pattern. I just love all of Judy's patterns, but this is a quick and simple pattern that I don't know if I'm going to frame it or make it into a ornament or an ornament, but this month is a wonderful month if you want to join for a quick and easy stitch along. Finally, a farm girl, Chrissy, and stitchylinda and I decided to co-host a stitch along for JBW Designs, and so it's for Christmas ornaments, and it's called #JBW Ornaments Ornament SAL. And so here's my design, or my start on this design. I did not get very far, and I was going to stitch this over one, but I decided to stitch it over two. Once I started, I thought I really want to see the motifs bigger, so I am stitching this over two. But I started on, let's see if she has another photo in here. I started on this bell here, and I am stitching this on 32 count antique white, or antique white, sorry, antique white, and I am using English Ivy and Ribbon Red. And I realized I need to pick another shade of red because the little cherries, or not cherries, the cranberries on here are a darker shade of red. So these are the two colors I'm using. And I've used the English Ivy and Ribbon Red on other ornaments of hers that are green and red. And so I really wanted to keep the theme and the colors together, and I just love these colors for Christmas. So that is Ribbon Red and English Ivy Classic Color Works. I am using 2 strands of floss over 2. And here's the design again. You can see that she finished it into a white frame, or you can put it in a more traditional frame, or you can finish it into a pillow ornament. I am taking this with me for the car trip. I can see this linen outside and in the car, so I figured this would be a good one to work on while I'm traveling, and I'm going to bring this one with me to start next. This is her French Country Santa. And on Judy's last, or second to last Flosstube that she posted, it may have been her last one, she has noted a correction in the French wording on this design. I don't know French, so I don't know what the mistake was, but if you are wanting it to be the correct French words, I believe the la should be lay or something like that, L-E, I'm not sure. But there is probably it's probably a feminine here, and it needs to be a masculine. So she has that correction probably on her website, but also on her Flosstube channel. So I thought I would bring him next and work on him. So these have been fun. They're quick and easy. And they're just, it's nice to have several of them stitched up. So I worked on that a couple of mornings and evenings, just getting it started. And so that will be fun to work some more on it. Another one that I worked on this week, and just solely because I could see it outside without any magnification. I didn't do any stitching indoors this week, just because of the weather was so nice in the mornings and in the evenings, and I really needed to work on Gray's quilt. But this week I did put some time in on the And To All a Good Night from Blackbird Designs. This is an out of print pattern, but I have some wonderful viewers that loaned me theirs, and then Lisa sent me a copy. She purchased one, she found one and sent it to me. So this is And To All a Good Night. And the reason I can see this one outside is it's also on 32 count, and it's Vintage Country Mocha. So for me, that's easier to see. But this is my progress. I have been working on the roof. I did the 3 stars, and I've been filling in the roof. So I'll go in a little closer so you can see that middle star in the center of each of the 4 corners. Those are eyelet stitches, and they're so pretty. And I love the color of the roof. The roof is a Weeks Dye Works Pelican Gray. So I'm using 2 strands of floss over 2 for the whole pattern, and these are all of the colors. It's a blend of Weeks Dye Works and Gentle Arts. So here they all are. Lots of colors, reds and pinks and the oranges and greens, very pretty. So this one will probably also go with me because I can see it in the car to stitch on. There are some things I cannot stitch on in the car. I just get motion sickness, but I can do the Prairie Schooler Santas, and I'll be able to do these 2 that I just showed you. So I'll probably take these 2 bags with me. I don't want to take a lot of things. I'm so bad about thinking I'm going to stitch more in the car than I do, so I'm just going to take these 2 with me. And really, I'll only be stitching on the way home on Monday because I'll be driving up there on Friday. I'll be driving Gray's car. So that is all I worked on this week as far as cross stitch. I am still having a conundrum about Nottingham, and I appreciate so many of you sending me your opinions and your thoughts on what to do with the greens and all the colors. And so what I'm doing is pausing right now on Nottingham. I am rethinking a lot of things. I even am rethinking my linen. So I'm wondering if it's the linen that's throwing me off or if it's the colors of the floss. So I'll back up. So I showed this to y'all last week. So this is a Nottingham by Kathy Barrick, and it is a beautiful pattern, and it is beautiful when you see it in person. But here is Nottingham by Kathy Barrick, and I am stitching this on this fabric. This is 36 count. Sorry, I lost my train of thought. 36 count. It's a fiber on a whim fabric, and it's a beautiful fabric, and the floss is beautiful, but she uses mostly Gloriana silks, and Gloriana silks right now are really hard to find. So when I was at StitchCon Keepsakes, they converted some of the colors for me because they were out of several of the Gloriana silks. And because I don't know what those colors really look like in true form, and I'm stitching it and I'm not enjoying the way some of the blues and the greens are side by sides, the way they look together. So I don't know if I'm going to keep the silks. I don't know if I'm going to switch to DMC. I feel like I'm not that far along that now would be a good time to make those changes. So I went online. I could not find Gloriana silks. A lot of places are just sold out. And so I called Hobby House in New York, and they had a couple of the colors. So they're sending me what they have from the list. I can't remember which ones, but maybe 3 of them. And I thought what I would do is compare those silks with the silks that I have that are, a lot of them are the substitutes or the conversions. And then I have the DMCs. So I think when I get them all in, I'm going to just lay everything out. I'm going to lay it out on this other linen that I have, which is a vanilla cream 40 count. And I'm just going to reevaluate everything because it's such a beautiful piece. I want to make sure that I truly, truly enjoy all the colors and the process. So I am putting a pause on Nottingham, but I can't wait to get everything in. So next week I'll hopefully have all of those other colors in, and I can make a decision and let you know what I decide to do. So until then, there will be no Nottingham. So those are all of my whips that I've worked on. I was going to do a whip parade for y'all today, just because I knew I wouldn't have a lot of stitching to share. But even, I know I just don't have time to lay all of that out. And so what I'm going to do is, over the next few weeks, plan a whip parade. So look forward to that. It'll either be next week or the week after. And I'm going to pull out all of my whips, decide what I really want to keep. Some of the whips are so old that I'm wondering if I even like it anymore. So maybe that'll be a giveaway. Some of my partial stitched pieces that if anybody would like to finish it, they're welcome to. So I'm going to go through my whips, kind of clean up that area, and we'll see what I decide to do. But that's on my whips. So let's jump into Gray's quilt. I can't wait to show it to you. I finished it, like I said, about an hour ago. So let me move a few things out of the way. I showed you last week, I had the quilt top done, the front, and this is a quilt as you go method. Super easy. It's not necessarily fast, but it is easy, and especially if you don't want to do a lot of cutting, if you don't have a lot of space, it's a great quilt to work on. And it's just, for me, it's easy because I can do things like an assembly line. And so that's why I enjoy this method. I will link the video below from Fat Quarter Shop where they do a tutorial on how to do the quilt as you go method. So this is her quilt, and she picked out the fabric. So here's the front, and it's a twin size, but it seems really big. So here is some of it. I can't really get back here and show you. So here's some of it. And here's another half of it. I'll try to add some photos at the end. And then I did this binding. This is the green fabric. And I did this pink backing. So I still have to go through and cut off some strings. I mean, I just finished it. So I will go through and cut off some of the strings, wash it up, and we'll pack it, and we'll take it up so she can have this beautiful quilt up there with her. And I am so glad to finally have it done. Let me get this box out of the way. I am so glad to finally have it done. And just in the nick of time, right? I love the blues on this. This is a Riley Blake fabric, and it's called Flower Garden. I'll put the link to it below as well. I bought 3 jelly rolls, and I made a quilt that is 7 10-inch squares across and 10 down. So just a good size twin blanket. I used the grid that is in the book called Quilt as You Go Made Modern. I linked it last week. I'll link it again this week. And there was a grid in there if you wanted to make a baby blanket or a throw blanket, twin, full, queen, and king, and so on. So if you're wanting to do this method and you want to know how many 10-inch squares to get, it lays it all out for you. And so I followed that formula and that math, and this is what we got. I also added a roll of, I didn't even use a full roll of white jelly roll because I wanted to add some white in here. And I like how it just added a little bit more of, it broke up those colors a little bit more, and it also helped the 3 jelly rolls last a little longer or go a little farther. I do have several pieces left, so it's in my scrap bin, but it was so much fun to make. So it's done. Yay. Oh, and I added my little tag to the back. I think I've shown this to y'all before. I have a personalized tag that I sewed on there. I wish I had one that says mom or something, but I did put this on there. I didn't think ahead to order something special. So that is her quilt. So I had some extra squares left over. I had 3 squares left over, 10-inch squares, and I decided to make one more so that she could have a pillow. And I asked her if she wanted a square or a rectangular pillow, and she wanted a rectangular pillow. So I made her this pillow. So the front, or this is one side, so I put 2 of the 10-inch squares together, and then this is the back. I put 2 back here. And then I just added some big white pom-poms all the way around it, and I stuffed it, and I pretty much followed the Vanna's tutorial for a small pillow ornament, but I made a big pillow instead. So this is what we came up with, and I'm so excited how it turned out. I mean, it was a great way to use some scraps. I already had 3 extra squares. I just had to make 1 more, and it's going to look so cute. It just will coordinate very nicely with the blanket. So she's going to have a white comforter. She's going to have her quilt folded at the foot of her bed, and this will give her a little bit more color. So super quick, easy, and a lot of fun. So anyway, so that is all I worked on this week, and I so glad that it's done. So glad I got it done. I do still have from last year the Urban Chicks Kitty Corn Halloween quilt that I use the same method, the Quilt as You Go method. I have the top on and the backing on. I just need to do the binding. So I will definitely be working on that soon because it's almost done, and I just packed it up and put it away, and I found it this week when I was pulling out some other scrap material. So I will definitely work on that since I have all of that stuff ready to go. So let's go into my haul and happy mail. Last week it was kind of funny that I did not have any haul, and this week I really still don't have haul. It's mostly happy mail. It's just been a slow last few weeks for me. I have not been needing anything, and I think a lot of that is I've been working and pulling from my stash, and I'm waiting on Expo. I'm waiting on all of those fall releases to come out. So many great designs, and Expo is the weekend of August the 27th. So if there are any special orders that you would want your needle workshop or the Girls at Stitch, etc., or any of the shops, even online shops, can place orders for you. They like to know ahead of time so they can make sure to order extra and order enough for everybody. So if there's something special you want that you have noticed it's a new release, let them know, they'll order it for you. Okay, so let's go into my Happy Mail and haul. So the girls, Sally and the girls over at Caterpillar Cross Stitch, have invited me to join them with their mystery stitch along, which is a Christmas stitch along that they have coming up. I'm going to insert some of the photos to share with you. You can go online and place your order, your pre-order now, but it's for Stitch into Christmas, and this is the package. And they sent me everything I need to get started except for the pattern because it has not started yet. But at Caterpillar Cross Stitch, they send you everything you need in the package. The floss is already coordinated and on the floss dividers. So easy to follow. Once you finally get the pattern in, once the stitch along begins, you will be amazed at how quick and easy it is. This method that they do for organizing their floss. They come on these dividers and then they're numbered. And then the number will coordinate with the pattern. So easy. She sends you a needle, and I chose the 32 count, or did I choose the 28 count? I chose the 28 count. This is a navy blue fabric. It's going to be so cute. They have sent me some sneak peeks of the pattern. I will share those photos with you. And the finished stitch size on 16 count is going to be 8.3 by 12.8, and on 14 count, 9.5 by 14.6. It uses a Zweigart fabric and DMC floss. So this is kind of the fuzzy image of what it's going to look like because it is a mystery stitch along. You will get your monthly, your weekly installments, so you can have you will know what the pattern is for that week, and it'll give you a chance to get caught up. You can also order the needle minder, and this is the needle minder that comes with it. It is a cute snowman, and I just got this in, so isn't he so cute? Gray just got home from work. So it's pretty loud at my house today. Tristan's probably going to come home any minute now from practice. Again, it's that I call it the witching hour, where everybody's coming and going, dinner time, all those things. So if you hear anybody else coming in, so sorry, it's just that time of day. So that is the Caterpillar Cross Stitch. It's called, I've already forgotten, Stitch into Christmas. Stitch into Christmas. And it is such a cute pattern. I love all of their mystery stitch alongs. They just always manage to be so adorable when they finish and when they are done. So I will link their website below if you want to go online and order, and I will also link the code below if you would like to use that. I got a beautiful card from some viewers this week. This is from Linda Sargent. She won a giveaway and she sent me a sweet thank you card. So thank you, Linda. I do appreciate that. Judy with JBW Designs, in anticipation of my 10,000 subscriber giveaway, extravaganza, celebration, she sent me some wonderful packets for giveaways. So thank you, Judy. She sent, and when it comes time for me to use these as giveaway, I will show you each and every one of them. But she sent me a packet for Sing a Song of Christmas. This has all of them in here. The 12 Days of Christmas, all of those are in here. Christmas Village, which I'm tempted to keep for myself because it's so pretty. This is Christmas Village 1. And then all of her round series, or several in her round series. So thank you, Judy. She is always so kind and generous with her giveaways and with all the things that she shares with us. So I will hold tight on those and wait until we get to our 10,000 subscriber celebration to use those as giveaways. Okay, and then I got something very special in the mail from a viewer. Her name is Kim, and she lives in Iowa. And this was something so sweet that she sent to me. she sent to me all kinds of goodies, actually. She sent, I mean, it just keeps going and going. She sent me this wristlet that is embroidered. It says weekend forecast, sewing with a little change of housework. And it's blue because she knows I love blue. Isn't that so cute? And it's a wristlet, so I can see me using this when I go to retreats, and I don't want to take my purse, but I need just some cash, my debit card, things like that. This is the perfect thing for that. Here's a luggage tag or a zipper pull. This is something that had a piece of chocolate in it, and she said that after I eat the chocolate, this would hold a spool of thread or versoie thread. So sweet. And then this looks like a coaster. It's called, it says sip and sew on the front of it. Isn't that just so pretty? And then look at this, how cute that is. It's like a piece of fabric being sewn. And then she sent me a pocket prayer square. And it says, this prayer square was made especially for you to slip into your pocket throughout the day. When you feel this, be reminded of God's love and his grace for you, and know that someone is praying for you. I love that. That is beautiful. And then she sent me some tea and this a beautiful little bracelet, and it says, she believed she could, so she did. So thank you so much, Kim. I really love all of the thought and the time you put into sending this my way. And she sent a beautiful letter. Thank you so much. And she told me so much about herself. So I love little happy surprises like that. Thank you. And now, last but not least, we had a special visit from my old neighbors on Sunday. Joe and Nancy, miss living next door to them so much, but they said that I had some mail that had been delivered to my old address, and they brought it to me on Sunday. So it was my next installment from Fat Quarter Shop. I don't know, thankfully it was still delivered to my old address, but there are so many goodies in this box, and they will be used for giveaways in today's video and future videos. So let's look at them together. I just got the box on Sunday and opened it not too long ago. So this will be in today's giveaway. This is a cross stitch pattern. It is Citrus Summer, and it is a stitch quarterly, and it's from It's So Emma. And I just love lemons and that little mason jar. So cute. But it says Citrus Summer on the mason jar mug. Very cute. So this stitch size or stitch count is 96 wide by 126 high, and the finished size is 6 7/8 by 9, and they use 14 count Aida. So this will be used in one of today's giveaways, for one of today's giveaways. So with the anticipation of oh, hold on, let me just put all this out. This is a support group cross stitch booklet, and this is, and I will just read it to you. The support group cross stitch is by Lori Holt, Be in My Bonnet, and it is for Breast Cancer Awareness Month, which is in October. So they sent the support group Lori Holt, It's So Emma cross stitch pattern, and the needle minder, which is this pink needle minder, and also a quilting pattern. So this is also designed by Lori Holt, Be in My Bonnet, and this is the quilt pattern. These will be future giveaways as well. Another It's So Emma by Lori Holt, You Are the Boss. This is a cross stitch pattern, but it says you are the boss of your own quilt. And this will be a future giveaway as well. And these use all DMC, actually all of the Lori Holt ones use DMC floss. And you can use various different types of linen or Aida or cloth to stitch these on. And then I also received the Bee in My Bonnet stitch cards. This is set M. So these are the 4. And I will link all these below if you are interested in getting these sooner. But all of the stitch cards are in here. And I love these cards. They're really a lot like recipe cards. That's what they remind me of. Quick and easy, cute little patterns. But this is set M. And then the last thing that Fat Quarter Shop sent for me to give to you, I already own this book. I purchased it when it came out, but they sent a copy for you all. And this is Lori Holt's new book called Scrappiness is Happiness. And there are 32 scrappy quilts to fill your house with love. And I love Lori Holt's books. They are spiral bound. They are easy to follow. She lays everything out, numbers everything for you, and makes everything just so manageable. The photos are beautiful. The designs are beautiful. When I got the book, I showed y'all some photos, but this is a wonderful quilt that you can make. Everything is very easy to follow, easy to use. This is a lot like what I just made. And I have so many jelly roll scraps, I might make another one. But I love how she really is a believer in making things simple, of course, with the books, but using your scraps, organizing your scraps so that you can always go and pull from your fabric and make a quilt, that you don't have to buy everything brand new when you're ready to start a quilt. Just first shop your stash and shop your scraps. Here's another beautiful quilt in here. But just wonderful, wonderful designs. But this is a great book. Look at this with all these scraps. So this will be a future giveaway as well. So thank you so much, Fat Quarter Shop, and everyone over there, and It's So Emma, for sending these our way. I had already pulled some giveaways for today. These will be saved for the coming weeks and as we get closer to those 10,000 subscribers. So that is all I have for y'all today. Let's go over the winners from last week, the last week's giveaways. I asked you all to tell me some of your favorite cross stitch designers, and I know that wasn't fair of me to ask you because, I mean, we love everybody. There's so many wonderful, wonderful designers, and I didn't mean just list one. So many of you know me well enough that you just listed all of them. But that was fun to read through some of those. So here are the winners from last week. And I use a random comment generator from online. And so that's how I come up with the names. To enter to win in the future, subscribe to subscribe to my channel, like the video, and answer the question below with the number that you are interested in winning. So here are last week's winners. Christmas in the Round from JBW. This goes to Joyce Andrews, and Andrews has an ES on the end. So Joyce Andrews. Number 2 is from my stash, Country Cottage Needleworks, Santa's List. This goes to Justina Cone. Justina Cone. Lucy Beam, Love and Stitches. This goes to Seasonal Stitcher. Seasonal Stitcher. Number 4 is a Silver Creek Samplers pattern. This goes to Karen Mosley, M-O-S-E-L-E-Y. Karen Mosley. Number 5 is Something Wicked from La-Di Da. This goes to Jennifer, and the last initial is R. Jennifer R. And number 6 is from the Nebby Needle. Thank you, Bonnie, so much for these patterns. This goes to Alice Park. Alice Park. And the last one is number 7 from Fat Quarter Shop, Sleigh Ride. This goes to Katie with an I-E, the Novel Stitcher. Katie, the Novel Stitcher. So if everyone would please email me at theproperstitcher@gmail.com, tell me what you won, send me your address, and I will get these in the mail to you. It will be, I still have not mailed last week's winners, so I will mail last week's and this week's next week. So go ahead and email me and I'll get those in the mail to y'all later in the week, next week. So this week we have 7 giveaways. And I think I would like your question to be, can you stitch in the car? Are you a car stitcher? I mentioned earlier that there are some things I can stitch in the car and some things I can't. Certain linen, it really depends on the linen. I cannot do something with a lot of different color changes. A fill-in is good for me. Prairie Schooler is good for me. The white fabric is super good and easy for me. And then the vintage country mocha is also a good fabric for me to see in the car. So are you a car stitcher? Can you stitch in the car? So that is your question to answer. Subscribe to my channel, like the video, and then answer below, and then list the number that you would like to be entered to win. Number 1 is a homespun elegance ornament. Is Peace on Earth. That's number 1. Number 2 is from my stash. I'm going to hand off to someone else. Counting is Hard from Luminous Fiber Arts. I love this pattern. It was so much fun to stitch, but I want someone else to have it. So Luminous Fiber Arts, Counting is Hard, number 2. Number 3, Plum Street Samplers, Polar Pack. Such a cute pattern. Number 4, Country Cottage Needleworks, Christmas Birdhouse. Number 5, from JBW Designs, French Country Ghost. Cute Halloween pattern. Number 6 is from my stash. This is a collection of Prairie Schooler little pocket cards. So I tried to pull some that were Halloween themed. So I pulled 4 cards. That is number 6. And number 7 is from Fat Quarter Shop, Citrus Summer from Stitch Quarterly and So Emma. That's number 7. So if you would like to be entered to win, just follow those directions and list it below and let me know what you would like to be entered to win. So my plans for the weekend, we all know what those are. I am leaving tomorrow and I am excited for this next adventure for Gray. I'll be home late Monday, and I will just try to find my new normal next week. I have several projects I have planned. I'll be getting ready for Johnson City, which is the meet and greet on August 27th, and just looking forward to all the projects that I have ready to go next week. So I hope you all have a great weekend, and until I see you next Thursday, happy stitching and enjoy your time.